Hello everyone, welcome to Talk by and Motherhood, where I share my experience as I journey through motherhood. Today, I'm going to be talking about my experience in the process of editing my manuscript. So, when I finally decided to move on with this writing process, I googled writing editors and came across Thumbtack. I downloaded the app Thumbtack on my phone and started searching for editors. And after so many queries and asking for quotes, one particular one, I loved a review. So I, messaged her. She gave me her quote, and the quote was, not affordable. It wasn't my budget. And so I responded to her and said, thank you so much for your response. But unfortunately, I wouldn't be moving with this process. And so then when she saw my response, she was like, she found out that she overquoted, or the price she had given me was too high, and so she apologized and offered to do my editing for free. So to me, that was a blessing, and I say it's a blessing because along the line I realized I needed more than one editor. I know, newbie, had no clue what I was doing. Anyways, so this lady, she read my manuscript and absolutely loved it. She gave me so much encouragement. I liked the book already, but when I got in contact with this editor, she just gave me some kind of how do you put it? She gave me more boost. I got some energy boost from her to move on with this process. So she edited my book for me, and she was like, if you need anything else in future, please reach out to me. I'm so interested about what you're doing, and I wish you all the best. So from time to time, within a month of me starting this whole thing, I did reach out to her again to ask her things regarding references, Bible references and all that, and she really helped me out with that. So in my mind, I thought I was done with editing because she did the ground scratch editing for me. Little did I know that I needed more than one person's editing. Of course, everyone knows someone has to look over your book more than once, which I looked over my book 500 times. Not good enough, by the way. I gave my sister to look at it. It was fine. So I figured this lady looks through it, then it's cool. But anyway, so when I got in contact with this Facebook group I've talked about already, I started, seeing comments about, oh, I finally done my third editing, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what? Editing? More editing? Oh my God. More money to spend. But anyways, you guys, you need to spend that money. If you're trying to get something, if you want good results, you need to invest. So getting into the workshop, they talked about the types of editing there. So I realized that there are all kinds of editing, but my goal today is not to define those editings, just to give you a general overview. There's developmental editing, there's copy editing, there's line editing, there's proofreading. So if you have a manuscript, if you're searching for an editor, you want to know what kind of editing services you want from them. And if you don't know, you just ask questions. What kind of editing service do you offer, and what does that mean? I'm going to put a link below for information about types of editing. So that's pretty much my experience with editing. I thought I just needed one editor and that would be fine. In total, I spent 120 or 30 in editing. And that's because the first editor was free. So I would have probably spent close to $200 in editing. And after that, I did two other editors who did the copy and line editing for me. Between my first editors and my last two editors, I had an elementary school teacher look through my manuscript to get a feedback, and I got some positive feedback there too. I just wanted her to see if she feels the book, or the manuscript rather, met my target audience for the book. So when I got a thumbs up for that, so I moved, I was like, okay, cool. I kind of moved on with the process of the next step, which is finding, fine-tuning anything else I needed to do, and then finding the next two editors. The other thing I was going to talk about when it comes to your manuscript and editing, there's something called beta readers. I don't really know much in details, but I believe beta readers are that age group, that target audience that you're trying to reach with your book. it's a good idea to give those group of people the manuscript to read, your manuscript to read, so that you can get good feedbacks. Maybe when you get feedback from them, you can determine, it helps to determine whether or not you need to change some things, whether your sentence structures are just too advanced for that age group, or things like that, pretty much. So having beta readers read your manuscript is also a good idea. And it could be the parents, it could be school teachers, it could be the children. If it's children's book, it could be the actual age group that you're targeting to be the reader for the book. You can go, if it's your neighborhood or anything where they have kids. I know with this coronavirus, it's probably going to be hard to do that. I tried getting my son's teacher to read the manuscript, but then time didn't let it, and this whole COVID thing, I didn't really get a chance to talk to her about it. But I was fine with just the elementary school teacher looking through my work. That's fine. But yeah, that's something that you want to also look at, beta readers. But I decided to Google what beta reader is, and it says a beta reader can be your friends, it can be your family members, anyone who will approach the book as a casual reader, pointing out things they liked and disliked. So that way you have an idea of what your age group feels about your book before you even publish it. What do the parents of that age group feel about the book before you publish it? So those are other things. Those are things to also consider when you're in the process of that editing thing, trying to fine tune your manuscript and all that good stuff. All right. So I know we talked about giving other people to look through your work, the beta readers. One thing you want to do before you actually send your manuscript out to other people to check out your work is that you want to have those people sign a non-disclosure agreement. That's an NDA, and that's basically having the people sign an agreement that they are not going to share your information, your manuscript, with anybody else. Alternatively, if you copyright your manuscript, then that is better than doing nothing at all. So if you copyright your manuscript and you don't have them sign an NDA, that's better than not signing an NDA and not having a copyright for your manuscript. But NDAs are always nice to do. That's just something I thought I'd share with you. And if you don't have that official stamp that is yours, then NDA is good. And now there's a saying that goes that if you've written it by yourself, it's yours. But it's always safer. It's always better to be safe than sorry, and that's why we go through the copyright option. So that's all for now, people. I'll see you in my next video. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share with someone you think might gain from this. All right, now, bye.